Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This video is on the signs of a covert narcissist, 8 characteristics of a covert narcissist. Coverts on the outside often don't seem that bad. Their covert manipulation means many don't recognise the narcissist games until one out of the situation. All narcissists are confusing when we don't understand what they do. Yet their covert manipulation are much more subtle in the way they go around manipulating people. Like many narcissists, their words never seem to match their actions. However, they always seem to find the right words to justify their actions. They might not directly put other people down, yet they do it in a way that appears to be like they're helping you or helping others. Those backhanded compliments of, you'd look good in that if you lost some weight. Oh, I like your hair. It looks far better than it did yesterday. They might not scream or shout or lash out, yet you can just feel unseen or unheard as they neglect you. However, when you speak up, it's those not everything is about you, so you don't question their neglect. You question if you're asking too much. They'll leave you feeling belittled by them and confused around them, questioning what they meant by their last remark. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and your continued support with the channel. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about the narcissist personality disorder, to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with in your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you overcome narcissistic abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. When it comes to dealing with a narcissist, it helps to listen to your body, your feelings and your instincts. If something feels off, even if you don't know what, those instincts are trying to protect you. Those emotions are trying to warn you. The narcissist personality disorder is on a spectrum. Most narcissists will use a weakness or a strength within you to break you. They'll exploit your weaknesses and they'll get you doubting your strengths. They will use their manipulation tactics to suit their needs, and depending on the person they're trying to manipulate, as we have the malignant, the grandiose, the fragile, the somatic, the cerebral, the overt, the covert, the victim narcissist on the spectrum, some are far more dangerous than others. You need to stay well clear of those. Others, if you can manage your own state of mind, your own emotions, and limit contact, you don't have to cut them off completely. Just be careful they don't infect your mind or negatively impact your freedom, your life, your happiness, your goals and your dreams. Some, once you see what they are and what they do, you can learn to observe their behaviour, recognise the games they play, so you no longer absorb their words, giving them no reactions and leaving them to be wrong. Some, you can limit time around and avoid certain topics of conversation. Others, you need to just go no contact and stay well clear. Those who have the disorder have a disorder. You cannot change them. It's a hard enough job trying to change ourselves. Plus, they don't want to recognise any faults within themselves, to learn from any mistakes, or to find strategies to cope with disorders. You need to be able to recognise the things you need to cope with, the things you need to manage, the things you need to change. Narcissists just prefer to pass the blame over to you and carry on their path of destruction. Never call them out on their behaviour. Those who lack empathy, you never know how they will act or react. If you don't like how someone treats you, you are more than entitled to leave them to it and go and live your life with them no longer in it. It's not cruel, it's not mean to let someone who continuously lets you down and hurts you go and live their life while you go and live yours, much wiser, much stronger, and so much happier. Covert behaviour, that lack of empathy. Most narcissists have a complete lack of compassion. They are very self-absorbed and often just think about themselves and getting their needs met. They will rarely to never be there for you when you need them the most. Some people, when sick or ill, will keep going. Therefore, they might act or say things in a way you wouldn't if someone else was sick. So, for example, someone with empathy is sick, yet will carry on. When you're sick, they might ask how you are, yet expect you to carry on as they would, yet not judge you if you don't. They will allow you to be yourself and handle it in your own way. A covert narcissist will want, need and demand attention, help and support when they are sick. Yet when you are, it'll be things like, oh, but you said you'd do this for me today. Or, are you still going to take me here? You did promise me. It will always be about them getting their needs met. They will neglect you when you're ill and they will expect you to do for them when you're ill. If you don't, they will hold it against you forevermore and they will use it against you when they need to bring it up. They'll forget the part where you were sick and you couldn't do things for them and remind you about the fact that you didn't do something for them to guilt trip you into doing something for them. 2, passive aggressive. Some covert narcissists deal with conflict or situations in passive aggressive ways, often acting indirectly aggressive, which most narcissists can do. Coverts do so most of the time. They show a resistance to requests from those around them in more subtle ways than the obvious overt that will tell you straight out, I'm not doing that, or I do things my way. A covert might actually agree with you. They might shrug their shoulders and say, of course, yes, that's fine, or as you wish. Then, when you ask them if they could help you out, they sit and do absolutely nothing. They might be sullen, sit and procrastinate, or be stubborn about it. They might claim they forgot or that you never asked them to do something. They'll not actually do it. When you ask why they didn't, they might make up excuses or say things like, I thought you meant this, or well, you didn't remind me, and still not bother, even though they agreed. They will conveniently forget. So if you ask them to grab something and they don't want to, it'll be, I forgot. You feel let down as you thought they would, yet you cannot really say anything as people forget things. It could be a mistake. Yes, good people do forget and will often try to make it up. Covert narcissists will conveniently forget on a regular basis, gaslight by saying I forgot, then shrug their shoulders and never do anything about it. 3, highly sensitive. Most narcissists are sensitive to most forms of criticism, yet they turn around and claim that you're the one that's too sensitive, often because they've set the environment to project those feelings into you, to escape any feelings of shame for the things they're doing to you. Even constructive, helpful criticism, where an overt might twist things onto you, provoke an argument so they can blame shift, a covert will most likely defend themselves with smugness. A narcissist will ask for your opinion to then use your opinion against you. Covert narcissists seem to dismiss what you said to them. They completely dismiss what you said or completely withdraw from the conversation and go to their coping mechanism of their passive-aggressive silent treatment. Most do not let on that they have been offended and will continue to scheme to get people back if you've offered them advice or if you've offended them. Most do not let on that you've offended them. Most will continue to scheme to get people back if they feel offended by someone, or if they've asked for your advice and you've given them advice that they don't like, they will scheme to get you back. They might just shut the conversation down. They might pity play so that you feel sorry for them and make excuses up for their behaviour. Things like, it's okay for you, you got help from X. I have to do everything for myself. No one ever helped me out. 4, misunderstood. While most narcissists can believe they are better than others, unique and special, it's okay to feel special. It's okay to feel enough. Narcissists take it to a different level. The difference is narcissistic people feel specially entitled and above all others. They do not see people as individuals that are equal and that everyone is worthy, everyone is enough. They only see themselves as righteous. A covert can feel like the world is against them, as most narcissists do. You can have the overt grandiose narcissist, the arrogant narcissist that puts the grand act on, then the covert who can act and speak more vulnerable and tell tales of how others let them down and hurt them. Overt will often say they can read people, coverts will say nobody gets me. 5, entitlement, that quiet smugness. The entitlement, the superiority. Once we learn about the disorder, overts can be easier to spot with their charismatic charm and arrogance, the big act that they put on in grand ways of how much better they are than others, and their exaggeration of achievements. Coverts are a little trickier. They tend to listen half-heartedly and observe what's happening around them. They might not express negativity straight out like the overt who'd criticise what others say or do and pull people down. Coverts most often groan, eye roll, eye glare, stare, yawning, dismissive gestures that they're getting bored. Any comments made will be extremely judgmental and only from one point of view, which is, as all narcissists do, it's from their point of view only. 6, self-absorbed. Most narcissists do not pay attention or listen to others. With the overt, they will, but in a way where they take over the conversation, not to be helpful, to make it all about them. Coverts can be quieter. Therefore, they might just look like they are listening and paying attention to you, then they just zone out and block out what you're saying on the inside. Reasonable people can do this also when they are busy or stressed over a situation within their own lives. Coverts do this most of the time. They make a quick judgment on whether the conversation will be of benefit for them. If not, their mind is out of there as they think about themselves. 7, difficulty maintaining healthy relationships. Most narcissistic people find this difficult as deep down, most are insecure individuals that run around telling so many lies they don't know who to trust. Some have actually had some form of trauma and been deeply hurt in their past. However, this is no excuse to go around hurting others. Genuine people who've been hurt go around helping others, which in turn often helps them feel better. Narcissists go around destroying all others, pulling others down, criticising and judging others to help themselves feel better. Most narcissistic people tend to follow the cycle of idolisation, devalue, replace, discard, hoover, smear. Some can stay in a relationship for years, others only months. Still all have problems maintaining a healthy relationship with anyone close to them due to their lack of ability to compromise, their need for control, and the fact that they never think anything is their fault as they flip the script within their own minds, change the reality, and end up believing their own lies while getting enablers and fly monkeys to believe them also. People can struggle to maintain genuine relationships who are not the narcissist. People can struggle to maintain genuine, healthy relationships who are dealing with narcissistic people. However, because narcissists project onto you, you will be the one that feels like you're the one that's causing all the problems, while the narcissist is the one blaming you for all the problems. 8, patronising and condescending. Most narcissists patronise people around them, all take people down, pull people down, gossip about people to feel better about themselves. They want those around them to not feel good enough. With an overt, it's more, you cannot do that, you're crazy. With coverts, they'll say things more like, I wouldn't do that if I was you. I'm concerned for your mental health. We might need to get you some help. Narcissistic people pull others down to feel better about themselves. They try to destroy people they are envious of. I shall add in the video description 23 signs you could be dealing with a vulnerable narcissist. I am currently full for one-to-one coaching. I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is also in the description if you'd like to take a look at that. I do have several online courses in the description also. These are just step-by-step guides to give you more information of the people you might be dealing with, more information on understanding narcissism. Any thoughts on the video, please add those in the comments. Any signs you've seen of a covert narcissist, please add those in the comments also, because it helps those reading through. Thank you very much for listening. Go out there, create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.